So in our last video, we talked about how you can go viral from social media comments, right? Especially on Instagram, as they're trying to mirror what's happening on TikTok. Now, if you go back to the podcast, the AFT Construction Podcast, episode 111, Jesse Smith was our guest, and Jesse's actually here filming now. But there's some interesting content. Jesse's done a lot of work with other companies as they're building their brands and their portfolio and their following. One thing to think about is something that Jesse brought up is how do you sponsor posts? So we all know that with Instagram specifically and Facebook, it's a pay to play. If you want to really get some growth quickly, you have to pay for play, which means you have to pay for some sponsorships, some ad revenue, and then in turn they're going to open up your feed right to people in that demographic. What's really unique about Instagram is you can be very targeted. So you can look at demographic, you can look at age, salary based on their home, zip code. So all these things are really important because now you're catering to who your potential or ideal client may be. Something to think about though is that if you put those parameters, maybe it's male and female, 30 to 50 years old, in Scottsdale, Arizona, right in this zip code, who make a household income over X dollars. You may spend $100 on that ad and it may see, only go to like 1,000 or 2,000 people. Instagram really does a good job showing you how many faces will, and eyeballs will see that messaging. Whereas you may take that same $100 and put it in India or Brazil or Argentina. And again, specification, for people that are interested in architecture and design. And that $100 may go to 200,000 people in India or 140,000 people in Brazil or 100,000 in Argentina. So instead of 1 or 2,000, and maybe you kind of circulate between the two, because one thing that's important is you're thinking about how do I get growth? It's really important to bring in the ideal client. We all understand that that's going to be working for. With social media, there is value to the following, right? If you have followers, these are legit followers. These are people that are through Instagram account. You're not buying bots, you're not buying followers. These are people interested in your topics that you're marketing to. And now you can grow, right? You can grow locally, you can grow nationally and internationally by hitting these different demographics by country. And depending on how much you're willing to spend, that'll open up whether you're trying to create a real limited number here in the US or a really big number outside the US. So just another strategy. Again, listen to episode 111. Jesse had a lot of good topics on that podcast.